Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Reviews. Today I'll be talking about Colt Canyon on the Nintendo Switch. A viewer brought this game to my attention, and while it didn't necessarily change my life, and to be fair, it wasn't supposed to, it does do some interesting things that I think were worth the sale price in my opinion. Colt Canyon normally sells for $15, which, in my opinion, is just a little too steep for this one. However, at the time I'm writing this, on February 4th, it's on sale for $4.50, which is a very reasonable price. What we have here, as you can see, is a throwback to the Atari days, at least at first glance. However, once you play the game, you'll realize that it comes with some modern enhancements that would not have been possible on that older hardware. The sprites themselves are too detailed to have been on the Atari 2600. This looks more like maybe a 7800 game, and even that is based on still images of the sprites, because once you see the game in motion, you'll see that the animation and some of the subtle visual flourishes probably wouldn't have even run on an NES. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that this game definitely would not have run on an NES, even though it's obviously styled after maybe a 7800 game. However, where Colt Canyon really sets itself apart from its apparent inspiration is in the audio design, and this is one of the best illustrations that I can think of in recent memory of the impact that strong audio design can have on a game's feel. Particularly when played with headphones, the ambient noises such as wind blowing, the sound of pots and crates breaking, the various sounds of animals, and the event-triggered music that serves and fits the game's sense of environment so well. None of that would have been possible on the old Atari systems, and yet many, especially those who don't have a lot of experience with Atari games, might not even notice the quality and the impact that the audio provides. And that's not a diss at all, on those people. It just goes to illustrate how easily strong audio design, despite its significant impact on the experience, is so naturally taken for granted. We just assume that when we hear a noise, we just assume that thing should sound that way. Other more modern features include a number of characters to choose from with different stats and the ability to unlock quite a few more, even beyond the initial few that are available. And then there's also a wide variety of weapons to discover, and stat increases and abilities to unlock and things like that. The goal of the game is to make it through 9 stages and 3 bosses to rescue your partner, and then you have to travel back through the levels to return safely home. I guess you could try to beeline it straight through, but you'll probably find the bosses close to impossible if you do that. So most will find it a better strategy to explore the levels so you can stock up on ammo, find better weapons, and rescue captives who offer a variety of upgrades along the way. The initial settings in the game basically set it up as a roguelike. However, those can be changed so that it plays more like a traditional game with infinite continues, though continuing will see you starting over at the beginning of the level. Playing Colt Canyon in this way still offers some challenge, while playing in the default roguelike mode, I would call that extremely difficult. Colt Canyon is absolutely not going to be for everybody, and part of that is the gameplay, but obviously a part of that is going to be the presentation, which I appreciate, but not everyone will, and that's okay. I wouldn't necessarily call Colt Canyon an amazing game, but it is an interesting game. So if this looks and sounds like something that might appeal to you, as sort of a game that you play on the side, you probably wouldn't want to pick this up as like the main game that you're playing, but if it's, like I said, if it's just a game that you're playing on the side and if it happens to be on sale, I would say go for it. Anyways, I think that does it for this one. Please click like and subscribe if you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Bye-bye.